Hi, also, if you have watched the fundamentals 1, 2, and 3 for Power BI, you should be able to follow along today to build out a visualization that's going to show the cumulative return of $1 invested in two investment funds, the top return fund and high performance fund. This was a project that I did for class a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was kind of an interesting graphic, so we'll work on this one, and then we'll move into a couple of other visualizations as well in future videos. All right, so like I said, we're going to build this one, so we're going to start from scratch. You'll have to forgive me if I have to look back at my chart to make sure that we're doing everything appropriately. So first step, if you want to build a visualization, is you're going to drop in which visualization you want. So we want the line chart, so I'm just going to click it, and it will show up here. We'll expand it to the page in a little while, so just bring it to the middle. All right. So now we need to bring our data in to this. So if you'll notice on this chart, the y-axis is going to be the cumulative return of $1 in both of these investment funds. So if we look at our data in the fields here, we spoke in an earlier video that these CRs are actually the cumulative returns of $1 invested in these two funds. So we're going to bring them in as a value. So we're going to just simply drag them into the values section here. Very easy. And then to remember what they are, let's go ahead and rename them. So this is the top return fund, and this is the high performance fund. All right. There we go. So it doesn't look like much right now, but what you will see is that in the other chart, we had on the x-axis our years. So if you look back over at the data here, what you can see is that we have our formatted dates. So I'm just going to drag this over to the axis, and there we go. It looks a little different right now, and I'll explain that in a minute. So a couple of things that we're probably going to need to change just looking at it. It's not visually appealing. So let's go ahead and change a couple of different features here on this visualization. So first, let's change the title. So when you click on your visualization, you'll notice that there are 3 different tabs here. So fields is where we drag our information in. We have our format, and then we have an analytics tab. So we're just going to jump into the formatting here, and then if you scroll down, you'll see all different kinds of attributes that you can adjust related to your visualization, but we're going to go to title, and then let's name it the cumulative returns of top return and high performance investment funds. And that title is really small, so let's go ahead and bump up the text size here so that you can see it. It's also a little dark, so I'm actually going to change the font color to a little bit darker text. I personally like the gray and the blue and green, but you can change it to whatever colors you'd like. You can also go with themes, so under the view, you can change the theme of your report. But this is kind of formatted to the way I like it. So I'm actually going to bump up the title size a little bit more. If you wanted to align it in the center, you can. I prefer left alignment. All right, let's see. So if we look at this visualization, let's think about some other enhancements that we can do. So if you go back to the one that I previously performed, you can see that we named the y-axis fund performance, and parentheses dollar equals US dollar. So let's go ahead and add that in here so that you can see the y-axis label. So all you do is, once again, click on your visualization. You can hit format here, and then just go to this y-axis, and you can scroll down and you can do all sorts of different manipulations. You can change the starting. So say we wanted to just start at $20, you can see the change there. If we wanted to start at $50, but let's just keep it on auto. You can change the color. So if we wanted the numbers to be green, but we'll keep them at gray. Let's see, scrolling on down. So we're gonna change the title here. So top return and high performance is what it automatically populated as. But we're actually gonna rename it, like I said, to fund performance. All right, and that's a little small, so let's bump up the text size here to 10. That works for me. And then I don't know about you, but year is fine, but I would like to make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. There we go. So we'll make it 10 point as well to match that side. All right. So looking here, I mean, there's not a lot of color, I'm sorry. I like to have them formatted in a specific way. But there is one thing that you'll notice that's different about this chart, is that this chart is actually showing you a breakdown of, if I hover my mouse, you can see that it's 2007, Q3, September 1. And if you keep moving, you'll see that it shows you the year, the quarter, the month, and the day. And what we've got here, if we click on our visualization, what you can see is that there's a date hierarchy here of year, quarter, month, and day. And this is one of the cool things about Power BI that I use quite frequently, is this little button here that expands all down one level in the hierarchy. So I'm going to click it, and this will show you the years. So if we hover over it, I'm sorry, this will show you the quarters. So now we can see that this is 2012 Q4, 2011 Q3, scroll back here, 2002 Q2. So really it just goes by quarter. We're gonna expand it down one more time. So now you can see that it's 2012 Q4 month. So you can see our cumulative $1 increase over time. And let's just go ahead and expand it all the way out to the days. So now at any point in time, you can see the return. So here you see November 1st, 2013. So, all right, and with that, I believe that this visualization is good to be submitted to your professor. Sorry, that dry humor. But it is good to go. We'll expand more into visualizations in future videos, but for now, thanks for tuning in and stay safe out there.